Overall bright sunshine to start, and I am expecting more rainfall on the way again today, but starting off earlier on in our west coast locations, all thanks to that west sea breeze developing around 11, 12 o'clock. From there, 2, 3 o'clock, scattered rain, couple of thunderstorms, and those thunderstorms will collide around 5, 6 o'clock, leading to more rainfall. Those two sea breezes, I should say, will collide, leading to more thunderstorms during that time period, with all of the rainfall clearing out before midnight tonight. Now, our rain chances stay elevated because of this trough of low pressure up north. Off of that trough, there's another area of low pressure that tries to develop off the coast of the Carolinas. That's something that the National Hurricane Center has tagged as an area to watch. I don't think that this is going to be a huge impact for us in central Florida. What will happen, though, either today or tomorrow, that low will develop, and from there it's going to gradually lift north. GFS hugs that low a little bit closer to the Carolinas, meaning more rainfall for them. European is a little bit farther out to sea with that low, which means lower rain chances, but regardless, we're going to be watching the Carolinas, maybe even up through Virginia for some heavy rainfall from that system. Then it pulls away, and as it pulls away, I think that's when we have the best chance of that developing into a tropical system. So all of that to say, this is not going to have a tropical impact to central Florida. I do want to take you beyond the 7-day time frame. We're looking at August 13th through the 19th, where east of the Windward Islands, there's this area to watch that has a decent chance of development this far out. Not saying that this is going to be a major hurricane or anything like that, but it's something that we're watching. The trends are showing something trying to develop, which is growing our confidence, that 40% confidence you see there on that map. So we'll watch this right now. I'm not quite concerned about this system developing, but this is still, keep in mind, 2 weeks out. So a lot is going to change in this forecast. Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast shows up to a 70% coverage of rainfall Friday and Saturday, highs dropping to the low 90s. It's 6:51. Let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Meaghan Mackey.
Kellianne, this is a live look at I-4. There was still a major crash I'm monitoring here in the Champions Gate area westbound, just after State Road 429, traveling towards US 27. You can see 3 of those lanes are blocked off, and traffic is having to merge and bottleneck into those 2 left lanes here this morning. So a crash here with some injuries. That's all the details that we do have, but this was reported at the top of the hour. So at 6 o'clock this morning, about 50 minutes ago, this is a look at the backups traveling towards State Road 429. Huge delays moving through this area, also slowing down drivers on the eastbound side. There is not a good detour around this, so do add an extra 20 to 25 minutes if you're traveling towards Walt Disney World along that stretch of I-4 this morning. You can see those travel times are certainly impacted westbound along I-4 from downtown Orlando to Champions Gate. We're still sitting at 1 hour and 2 minutes. It is 6:52 on your Wednesday. Your top stories are straight ahead.
All right, let's get a quick check of our forecast today, because this morning, beautiful sunrise all across central Florida. This afternoon, some showers, couple of thunderstorms, but the better chance for storms will be between I-75 and I-95 around 5, 6, 7 o'clock as our 2 sea breezes collide, and we have more rainfall this weekend. Meaghan.
Kellianne, still some huge backups here along I-4, traveling the Champions Gate area westbound from State Road 429 to US 27. You can see 3 of those lanes blocked off here this morning for a crash with some injuries. No other big issues right now. I-4 in Winter Park. From our tower camera at WESH 2, a nice clear start and a nice sunrise to begin our Wednesday.
We'll start to our day, and as we look into the afternoon, we're going to, of course, track that rainfall. Now, our west coast sea breeze is going to be that dominant sea breeze, so right around 11, 12 o'clock, maybe 1 or 2 isolated showers, but then scattered rain and a couple of thunderstorms along the I-75 corridor around 2:30 and 3. By 5 and 6, our 2 sea breezes collide, leading to scattered thunderstorms, some lingering thunderstorms around 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight, and then all of that rainfall clears out by midnight. So if you're heading out to any of our attractions today, just be aware we'll have those showers and thunderstorms moving in later on in the day. But for the first half, you'll want the sunscreen. You'll also want to stay hydrated because it's going to be a hot day ahead. High temperatures today reach the low and mid 90s. Then you factor in the heat and humidity, and it's going to feel a lot more like the triple digits. Our chances of rain stay high over the next couple of days, especially Friday and Saturday, up to a 70% coverage. And it's all thanks to this trough that's going to keep those rain chances elevated. And off of that trough, we may get an area of low pressure trying to develop out in the Atlantic. Now, the National Hurricane Center has tagged this as an area to watch, thinking a tropical depression could form late this week, if not this weekend, but this is not going to be a significant impact to Florida. I think it could bring some periods of heavier rainfall to parts of North Carolina, maybe even South Carolina tomorrow and Friday. But for the most part, as it moves away from the Carolinas, that's when we'll see more of that tropical activity try to develop. Here's like a Friday afternoon. pretty much European GFS in line in terms of locations. European is just a little bit further away from North Carolina, meaning slightly drier conditions. But overall, expect some rain showers, even some heavier downpours for parts of the Carolinas on Friday and into Saturday. Then beyond that 7-day time frame, August 13th to the 19th, we're going to be watching this area east of the Windward Islands. This could potentially develop into some sort of tropical system. This is just an outlook, not definitive yet, but of course we are going to be watching that very closely. Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast shows that 70% coverage of rainfall Friday and Saturday, highs dropping to the low 90s, and we have more rain and thunderstorms to start off the first day of school on Monday. It's 7:20. Let's get over to first warning traffic expert Meaghan Mackey.
Kelly, and this is a live look at I-4. If you're traveling here in the Champions Gate area, there's still a crash working to clear westbound. This is from about 6:05 this morning, so an hour and a half ago here on the westbound side, just after the 429 traveling towards US 27. Now, those road rangers are now picking up all those cones. Make sure you're traveling slow through this area. Definitely want to use caution around those road rangers and not do what these cars are doing. Make sure you're traveling in those far left lanes, but looking like they're about to reopen all those lanes traveling near US 27. So that's some good news for your morning drive, but still some big backups because this crash has been going on for over an hour now. You can see here westbound mostly impacted. Eastbound though, also seeing those delays. So looking at those travel times, not good if you're traveling in the Champions Gate area. I-4 westbound from downtown Orlando to Champions Gate, we're sitting at an hour and 5 minutes. Eastbound, we're at 37.
Expecting some evening showers.
Yeah, so later on this afternoon, more showers and thunderstorms. At least right now, feels like temperatures are true temperatures, but it is going to be a hot day ahead with feels like temperatures into the triple digits. That heat and humidity will quickly develop rainfall for the afternoon and evening. I think for the first half of the day here in the metro, not that bad. Maybe one or two isolated showers or storms west, especially along I-75. It'll be the evening hours, 5, 6, 7 o'clock that will have scattered thunderstorms across the area. We'll increase that rainfall Friday and Saturday up to 70% coverage. Megan.
This is a live look at I-4. Traveling in Champions Gate this morning, you're going to come across a lot of backups. This is from an earlier crash. It has almost fully cleared here. It's off onto the shoulder westbound after the 429 traveling towards US 27. But traffic here is really backed up, taking about an hour and 5 minutes to get from downtown Orlando to Champions Gate. So plan ahead for those delays. In downtown, this is a live look at I-4. A clear start here. No other big crashes to begin your Wednesday.
A local teacher,
Meaghan Mackey.
Kelly, and this is a live look traveling along the turnpike this morning. There's a crash here in Claremont, a bad one with some injuries here, blocking off the left lane. This is on the southbound side of the turnpike, just past Hancock Road, traveling towards Colonial Drive. So expect those delays through Claremont this morning along the turnpike. There's also still some big backups along I-4 from an earlier crash about 2 hours ago along I-4 westbound in the Champions Gate area. This is past State Road 429, traveling towards US 27. Still not clear. It is off onto the shoulder, but big backup still moving through that area. But take a look at these travel times along the turnpike. You can see those big delays southbound where that crash is in Claremont from US 27 to I-4. Right now we're sitting at an hour and 8 minutes.
Let's get to your first warning weather now with meteorologist Kellianne Klass.
Jason, it's going to be a hot day ahead. Temperatures today feel a lot more like the triple digits. That heat and humidity will lead to showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon and evening. But the best chance for scattered thunderstorms will be around 5, 6, 7 o'clock this evening as our two sea breezes collide. Another round of rainfall tomorrow, along with heat and humidity Friday and Saturday, up to 70% coverage of rain. Megan.
There's a crash I'm monitoring here along the turnpike through Claremont, impacting those southbound drivers this morning just past Hancock Road. It looks like troopers have temporarily stopped all traffic moving through this area. There are some big delays here traveling through this stretch of the turnpike in Claremont. So no good detour here. You can always exit US 27 though and head to Colonial Drive if you want to detour through that area. I-4 westbound, also big backups near State Road 429 traveling in Champions Gate from an earlier crash. Those lanes are back open, but still huge delays traveling through this area.
Right now,